Now, what would be the other considerations for the Martian colony population size? 1 million is a fairly arbitrary number. Are there any other data points we can consider? If you look at the available data and our current estimate of the minimal viable population for the terrestrial vertebrates is around 4,200. That's probably the absolute minimal number required to maintain genetic diversity. But is there any other data points we can use? If we look at the states on Earth and cities, the smallest independent states is the island nation of Tuvalu. Its population as of 2023 is around 11,400. So that gives us the first possible estimate on how small our Martian colony can get. But using the smallest possible state is probably not the best example. There are bigger small nations like nation of Monaco, which is around 36,000 people. And there are also independent, more self-sufficient island nations like Iceland and Malta, roughly at 400,000 and over 500,000. So that gives us like the upper and lower range, what we can use for sizing our Martian colony to be sufficiently independent and self-supporting. There is also one other source of data. That's the number of total different occupations in the United States. And as of now, this number is around 830. Now, if you have one of each occupation, be it a doctor, lawyer, engineer, and a nurse, it's too much of a vulnerability to lose your only doctor on Mars. So you need some redundancy. If you have 10 doctors and 10 engineers, then you are a lot more robust. But there's also the thing of maintaining the knowledge and the skill. And if all your doctors or engineers are busy working, they will not have enough spare people to transfer their skills to the new generations. That's why if you look at something like 100 of them, you can always allocate 10% or 20% purely to the teaching duties. Now, that's another two estimates. If we multiply the number of possible occupations by 10 or by 100, we get 8.3 thousand and 83,000 as number of people. Now you can see a certain pattern is emerging where, say, a few thousand are too small of a number, and 500,000 would be good to get, but it's difficult. Even less than 1 million, 500,000 is a difficult target to reach. So somewhere around 50,000 and up, the self-sufficiency may reach the necessary level. There is one more data point, which is the city of Kingston, Ontario. Its population is over 100,000 people, and it has its own university, hospitals, shopping centers. In its own way, it's another estimate. If we built a city on Mars with a population of 100,000, we can expect most of the structures in institutions to have enough people to staff them. So that's the conclusion. How large would be the Martian colony? Good if we can get 500,000. Million is even better, but anything more than 50,000, and I think our foundation would be strong enough for the Martian colony to endure and persist beyond just first generation.